Alright, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favourite YouTuber and vlogger. Now, just before I get into this, two dead quick things. I'm on a Sony A7 Mark III here. I'm still trying to work out things to do with white balance exposure and its focus routine for this position here. It may not be good, I don't know, but just ignore it. It's more about what I'm saying in this video rather than how it looks. Also, I'm just getting over another bout of bad back. So this is, I think, the third time this year so far would have like pulled me back again, and anytime I do it, I'm strung up on the floor, literally on my floor, on my back for at least a few days, possibly a week or so anytime this happens. So yeah, I'm still a little bit like uncomfortable with it, so I may not be my normal perky self right now for this video. Anyways, getting into it then, should I change the name of this YouTube channel and possibly another one that I've got? Now, the way or the reason why this has come about is because Mark Iffy made a comment in one of my videos, I think it was last month, and he was saying, like, you know, what is the name of me channel? Now, obviously, my channel's called Cameras, Mics, Vlogging, but I think what Mark was getting at was like, it may not be that easy to remember the order of the words in the title or something, as in it may not be so snappy or something. Not entirely sure what he was getting at, but whatever it was that he was getting at kind of led me to look at the whole thing again, and I thought, actually, maybe I should just change the channel name, because whether or not that sounds descriptive of what the channel does, or whether it doesn't sound that descriptive, maybe the channel could do with the name change. Anyway, so what I'm asking for here is people's advice. First bit of advice is yes or no, should I change the channel name? I'm more up for changing the channel name, and more so right now, as it were, because with the channel still being like mega small and stuff, things like changing the name and stuff at this point won't really have any impact. I mean, nothing that I do on this channel has an impact on it anyway, so changing the name is not going to make any changes or any impact or negative impact to the channel. However, it could be a good thing to move forward, having a better name. Now, what is a better name? Well, if you have a look around all those BS YouTube channels you go on trying to tell you about all kinds of things, there's generally two kind of, like, you know, trains of thought here. One is get a channel name which is descriptive of the content that you do. Now, there's arguments to and fro for that one. I mean, one of them is, like, the plus point is, well, you know, if it says what you do in the title, it says what you do in the title. However, the negative side to that one is possibly if your channel slightly develops, like, you know, sideways at any point down the line, that channel name may not be so relevant in the future. Also, as well, whether or not the name was good in the first place. Then there's the other train of thought, which is use your own name. Now, a whole bunch of people say don't use your own name because, like, you know, it's not necessarily descriptive of what you do. However, I do agree that using your own name is a good thing because it anchors you to your content. Now, whether that's on one channel or multiple channels, it still anchors you to it. You have to remember things like, you know, becoming a brand or some crap like that. That's never going to happen for, like, the vast majority of YouTubers out there. So all this BS about, you know, becoming a brand, you know, not everyone is going to become Linus Tech Tips or Marcus or whatever the big channels are that you watch. They are, like, you know, very, very few and far between. So that whole thing about, like, pursuing things from, like, you know, a brand point of view, forget about it. The thing is, if you happen to do well, whatever your name is at the time that you do well effectively becomes the brand name anyway, whether you thought about it being that or not. Anyways, so there's two things here. Descriptive name of what you do with the channel, or your channel name, or your personal name for the channel. Well, I'm thinking along the lines of personal name, something, right? Although I did actually have a good think about some real small snappy names. I thought of some 4-letter words as well, which YouTube would not have been happy with, beginning with F, T and C. They would have been dead snappy and really easy to remember, but I don't think I would have got far with them. Anyway, so what it is, I'm kind of thinking something to do with me name. Now, should that be something like David Harry Unfiltered? something like that. I mean, there's always these things that I do, like a coffee with David and stuff like that. I would never call the channel after that, because they are certain things that I do as particular type of videos, and I will always do those things. However, I'm just wondering whether it should be something like David Harry Unfiltered, or even David Harry Vlogs, or David Harry Vlogging, something along those lines maybe. And the reason why, the reason why I choose Unfiltered possibly, or something similar to that, is because as opposed to my main channel, I am a little bit more looser with my dialogue on this channel, and I do sometimes swear in videos and things like that. So the unfiltered element or something similar might be a good thing for this channel. However, as in like when this channel might grow, I would have to be careful about using certain types of dialogue within the videos, especially if it was going to hamper me from being monetized and stuff like that. So again, got to think a bit carefully about the type of name and whether it's kind of like associated with bad language, as it were. Do you know what I mean? But I think David Harry Vlogs, vlogging, or something to do with unfiltered for now, or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, let me know what you think about this, and maybe other YouTubers might have a bit more of an idea than me about these things, because channel names are not something that I've actually put that much thought into whatsoever. I mean, my main channel is just called David Harry. Now, I think you can't argue that after a while, if you've got like more than 1,000 subscribers, for instance, on a channel, whatever its channel name is might just be okay at that point. And my channel for David Harry has always had like David Harry as the name. So I don't think there's an argument with that one, although it could even be David Harry Tech or something like that for the other channel, and this one's David Harry Vlog or Vlogs or whatever. Now, also, last quick thing with this, I also do this gaming thing. I actually do 4 other things that I've been trying to build up, but one very specifically called The Game Thing. I actually think that's a cool name for a gaming channel, although that particular channel isn't like focused on any particular platform or brand or anything like that. It's just like right across the board gaming. Now, should I change that? Maybe call that David Harry Gaming or David Harry Games, something like that. Now, I'm not trying to like give it all this. Yeah, I want to use my name on everything because I've got a boss name and stuff like that. But you have to remember, my name is really short anyway. It's only, I only have like 2 names. I mean, my full name is David Harry. Don't have middle names or nothing. So my name is actually really short. So that's probably quite easy to remember as well. So if you just kind of follow that with a couple of things, maybe gaming or game for the game thing channel, and maybe on this channel just gets followed by something else a bit more descriptive of what the channel is actually doing at the moment. And don't forget, whatever the channel is doing at the moment is likely to be what it's going to do years down the line as well. This is basically where I do me cameras, mics and vloggy stuff, hence why I called the channel that name, but just rounding it all up now. I'm not entirely sure, after what Mark was saying, and I did have a good think about it, I'm not entirely sure whether cameras, mics, vlogging is the best kind of name for it, but I'm definitely leaning more towards my name with something attached to it. So if you don't mind, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Any advice to do with that would be great, especially from other YouTubers, because like I say, I'm just not really that good with names. Also, as well, just a quick thing, this is probably more so for my main channel, but I've just ordered those 2 new iPads, so they're going to be coming tomorrow. Hopefully this video goes up on the Tuesday. What's that, the 26th, 25th I think this goes up. 26th is tomorrow when I get the iPad. So that's the new Gen 10 and the M2 iPad Pro. Now I'm going to do a whole junk load of things about those on my main channel, but can anybody think if there's any excuse to use them on this channel, things to do with like the vlogging or the microphone type thing, or even when it comes to doing stuff to do with like how to plug a microphone into an iPad Pro, blah, blah, whatever these things might be, should they be done on this channel anyway, as opposed to my main channel? Because my main channel, I'm trying to keep that kind of more dumbed down now and just like dead straightforward and not really anything which is going to be technically stressful for most of the people that are likely to come across those videos. Whereas, a lot of the people who do actually subscribe to this channel, I was going to say they've got a brain on them. That makes me sound dead insulting for the people who watch my other channel, and it probably is dead insulting, and I don't care. But the point that I'm getting at is people who generally watch this stuff, or not watch it, but the people who sub to this channel, are generally people who have got a bit more nous about them to do with, like, you know, audio and video, and maybe using the type of people who might want to suggest, well, actually, Dave, I've always wanted to know how to use a proper, like, XLR condenser microphone with an iPad Pro or something like that, or even that new iPad 10th gen, or there's certain things maybe about the cameras. I mean, don't forget, the new iPad Pro is going to have ProRes capabilities. Maybe I could do a video which explains why that's a complete waste of time on an iPad Pro, which has basically got the same camera system as an iPhone 12 on it. So why haven't they got ProRes on the iPhone 12? And it's not because the processor can't handle it. Anyway, yeah, that's another conversation for something else. So let me know anyway what you thought of this video, and just give me some help, because I'm desperately in need of help, as I always am, because I'm just a basket case. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.